Business Asset Protection. We're continuing our look into the Bankruptcy Act, and today we're exploring a little bit further what's called acts of bankruptcy. And look, the most common act of bankruptcy is where someone files what's called a bankruptcy notice, but that is by no means the only act of bankruptcy. So we're looking at this over a number of parts. This is part one of our examination to Section 40 of the Bankruptcy Act 1966. Where we're going to look in a number of parts at this Section 40 and what some of these acts of bankruptcy are and how you commit them and why they're important and what you can do if you have committed them, if you want to know. So sit back and we'll have a look at this act. Thanks. Okay, let's have a look now at the Bankruptcy Act. And if you type in into Google, I'm using Safari here, Bankruptcy Act 1966, you do actually get this OSLI link first, which is actually very nice and usable. And you also get the number 2 search brings up legislation.gov.au. So let's just have a look at this just to explain precisely what I was talking about this particular search. It often brings up more often than not, it brings up superseded versions of an act. So I don't know why Google doesn't pick that up. But so if you're going to read and interpret an act from Google, make sure, and especially if it's legislation.gov.au, make sure you're viewing the most recent of the documents versions. So you click on View Series and then Latest, and this will give you the official Australian government version. So let's have a look, and we'll find courts. I think we're going to be in under here. Oh, proceedings in connection. Okay, so this is when you have proceedings in connection with an act of bankruptcy. So the most common way to go bankrupt is well, the most common way would probably be a debtor's petition, but the most common way involving the courts would be involving what's called a bankruptcy notice and failing a bankruptcy notice. So let's have a look at this. So there's a number of different ways that you can commit what's called an act of bankruptcy. As I said, the bankruptcy notice is the main way that is used. So here we go. Let's have a look at Section 40, Part 1G. If a creditor has obtained, so someone that you owe money to has obtained a final judgment or a final order, it doesn't typically is in a court, being a judgment or order the execution of which has not been stayed. So if you have been served one of these, it's possible you can have it stayed, and has served on the debtor in Australia or by leave of the court elsewhere a bankruptcy notice under this act. The debtor does not, where the time so it's an act of bankruptcy where the debtor does not, when they were served in Australia within the time fixed, where they don't comply with the notice. Okay, we're going to view now this. This is what a bankruptcy notice actually looks like, and this is from Ralph's. So it shows to a particular person, and you commit an act of bankruptcy if you don't comply with this. So this is a bankruptcy notice to Ralph Palagaru in this case, but it can be to anyone else. Has to name the creditor, the address, the claim that you owe the following. So it's an act of bankruptcy if you either don't pay or you fail to set it aside. And there's other provisions here if you're paying, a sum that's been calculated in, from Japanese yen into Australian dollars. You are required. Now this has changed. During COVID, it was 6 months, but today you are required within 21 days after service on you of the bankruptcy notice to either pay the creditor the amount of the debt claimed or to make arrangements to the creditor's satisfaction for settlement of the debt. It gives you an address where you could serve now, where you could pay. Bankruptcy proceedings may then be taken against you if you haven't complied. It's worthwhile having a good look. If you are actually served one of these, this is what they look like, and they ordinarily will come with a copy of the judgment or the court order if there has been one. So in this case, there was one, and this was served by the particular person. So so that is a quick look at a bankruptcy notice. Let's now go back. As you can see, that's just one of very many acts of bankruptcy. So we're going to have a look at a number of these in the other videos, and you can ask any questions that you like. So by all means, come and see us at our website and use the instant chat tools. And I'll just show you where you can find those chat tools down the bottom right corner of our screen. You'll see one of these come up in a moment. So we welcome phone calls. You've got any questions about what happens? Have you been served? See, these are the sorts of things that I would encourage you to go over and look. Whilst this does look like it's black and white, there can be some tricks to it, and there are maybe, not always, but there may be ways out. Sometimes there can be defects in these, and by all means, if you come and have a look at our website, chat with us, you can actually send us copies of these documents through this instant chat tool, and we welcome that, and we're always available to help. Our phone number, if you prefer the old way, 1300 327 123. We're open, most days until 8. So lovely talking to you. Love to go over other aspects of the Act, and in future videos we're going to look at some of the other acts of bankruptcy. This is by far the most common, is to fail to pay one of those bankruptcy notices, but we'll have a look at some of the other ways and some of the other risks that you might face. So any questions, let us know. 1300 327 123, or instant message, chat with us, bottom corner of the screen. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Thanks. Bye.